Shake it big, told them all, you went first, you last. Little boy, that's facts. I'ma grow that cash to my money. You know what? Let me stop. I don't know no better, I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy, I'm a heavyweight.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
First down, Eagles.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Making the stop there, Daniil Hunter.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. That catch good for only a couple.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 yards there, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Eagle first down.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
First down.
How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7.
17-yard line.
They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Cook. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
It's a loss of 2.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack, and I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one, but occasionally the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly, maybe someone tipped it off, but on that play, it had no chance.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive, then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. On 1st down, Wentz. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Number 26.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He was taken down.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
6-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Wentz going to throw. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And they'll get this down to the 10. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll run with Sanders. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and... Goal coming up.
A gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Eagles 3. Vikings 0.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Makes the score equal.
So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Cook, the ball carrier.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up.
On the play. It's 3rd and 11.
Third and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. Working out of the gun. Winston. Incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Number 10.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
That'll go as a 42-yard punt. They'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting 6s on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You got to find a way to ring that bell.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Reagor, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the
their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a myth.
And it's caught inside the 30. Get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big play there. His sixth touchdown of the season. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. One play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll look to throw right away. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
On the play. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Going to be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted.
Picked up by Rodney McLeod. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45. Over Bud last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well. Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
3rd down.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Ball carrier.
Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
Line of scrimmage.
Then as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Second down, Winston. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Derek Barnett picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
39-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The sack there by Brandon Graham coming in and bringing him down to the ground.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. They're going for Jefferson downfield. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Justin Jefferson.
2 things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
With it is Jackson. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
At the Eagles' 33-yard line.
2nd and 2. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Brings up 3rd.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
In the end zone. It's now
so now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This clearly the final play of the half, but no field goal attempt. They're going for it with 3 seconds remaining. They'll throw now on the final play. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick-6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Jameis to throw it. He's got a man wide open, complete. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a big one there for the Vikings. And even 40 yards.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Smith Jr., his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. It's good. The deficit 6, 20-14.
Score Eagles 20, Vikings 14. Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
At the 31.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. And the second down throw on target. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Gain of 10.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Working from the gun, Wentz. Pass incomplete.
Many times the mindset of a play caller after a quarterback's thrown an interception on the previous drive is to come right back and give them a throw to get their confidence back. Give them something easy, get a completion, kind of get them settled again. Instead, this ball was tipped in the air and almost turned into an interception. Offense trying to make a big play, defense trying to make a big play, turned into an incompletion. So now maybe they can back off a little bit, try to relax him, and get him something that'll work.
Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
And maybe some indecision on what to do, and they're going to get a delay. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Throw over the middle, taken in. And he's brought down after a very nice game. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
After the play, not a good sign. Dalvin Cook staying on the ground. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards there and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far in this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play fake. Winston. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
He was brought down at the 26. That's a gain of 7.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll run for it. Cook. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook. And the Vikings have tied it. They can grab the lead with a PAT.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball, too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
A 3rd quarter now, at a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10.
Wentz now to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
Philadelphia.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Wentz. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
And that is incomplete.
Intended for Zach Ertz. Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Oh, what a juke into space. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time. And what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. On the carry, it's Cook. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
6-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They run, Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
4-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate, as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Throwing his Wentz. Flushed out right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
Deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And
big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked off at the 38. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
over 1st and 10.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use it. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. And his kick is good, but flags come in.
Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the young men. He makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
The offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. It's over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Complete.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
26
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles move back within a couple of the lead. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Oh, look at this. They're not even going to get the 2-point play off. Maybe too much indecision. It's going to cost them 5 yards.
Well, that certainly comes under the heading of critical mistake, doesn't it, partner? You can't have that. You got a chance to tie the ball game from the 2-yard line. Now you got to go back to the 7-yard line and take the same chance.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Now Wentz. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on. And they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
By Brandon Graham.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Again, it's Cook. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 35-yard line. A big pickup of 38.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the ground, it's Cook. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
On the carry.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
3-yard line.
Runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a run with Cook. It's a room to maneuver. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 23-yard run. And the Vikings are going to take the lead.
And that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
1st down, Philadelphia.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw, Wentz. Now a desperation throw, deep dip, and this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Reagor, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
The receivers have been running them ragged. Maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in the pass rush. Didn't get to it, and look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They've got a chance to take the lead.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They run it again with Cook. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
The ball carrier.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Now Cook. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They're going for Jefferson downfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Quickly to Thielen here. Able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
38-yard line.
So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward.
This is caught inside the 15. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play, has him in field goal range with a chance to win. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. 2 for 2 on the afternoon, and a third would win it. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.